Hello everyone. Today is Sunday, March 14th. It's Sunday, so that's what it is. Hope everyone has had a good week since, I saw you last. Yeah, I guess I've got a bit to go over this week. Firstly, let's talk about what is going to be used today. Today is going to be the Norm Gillette Silver Blue Blade. Brand new, of course, because these things only last one shave for me, because I've got a lot of square footage that I got to take care of. Brush is going to be the Rooney Beehive. It's been a while since I've used this thing. It's a great brush. See what it says here. This is the 2-band Beehive. Wonderful. It's a hell of a brush. The soap is going to be LA Shaving Soap Company myrkviðr. First go with this one, of course, because it hasn't been out for very long. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it does. So let's go ahead and get this thing lathered up, huh? I guess the first impressions on the smell in the tub, all I smell really is beer. I mean, I know that there was beer used. Shit. There was beer used in this soap in the place of or in addition to water. I don't quite remember. And it smells like I smell like a stout is what I smell. And I've probably done way too much loading here, but that's okay. Because again, this is the first go. I don't quite know what I'm doing here with this soap, although it is an LA Shaving Soap Company product, so generally know what that entails. But on the other hand, that also is a new formula, so who's to say if I'm fucking up? This is obviously pretty dry for now. And here actually is a bit of a hint. I don't remember quite when I started doing this, but I pretty much always put a bit of water on the top of the soap while I'm in the shower getting ready. So when I get out of the shower and I'm ready to shave, what I'll do is I'll open the thing upside down, and then the water that was actually in the thing soaking, I use that in the lather just to keep, because it's going to keep most of the scent in there, or more of the scent in there, I should say, and it'll just help the scent do its thing a little bit more. I don't know when I started doing that, but I think it was with the Barrister and Man fougere joints is when I started to do it, because I noticed one day, because I've always done that, just keeping the water in the soap while I'm in the shower and letting it marinate like that to make it a little bit easier to load. And the first one that I remember thinking I should hold on to this water was the Fougere's, Barrister and Man fougere joints, because that water was green. It was super, super green, just like the soap itself, so I figured the water probably smelled pretty good, and I was right. So ever since then, anytime that I leave water just marinating on the top of a puck, I always use that water as the water to build the lather with. It probably doesn't make any difference whatsoever at the end of the day, but you know what? That's fine, because it certainly isn't hurting anything. So, I didn't make a video last week. Last weekend was really, really rough. As a lot of you know, I've not really had a good go of it this year. And, I guess first things first, I spoke with the VPO of, my former employer. I spoke with him Thursday it was, and I asked him, I talked to him, and I was like, listen, dude, I need to get back in this field. I need to make some money. This shit is, what I'm doing now simply is not sustainable. I've taken an 80% pay cut with this new job that I'm working, and as a result, I'm pretty disgruntled. I'm not happy. Damn, I'm not happy. And you know what? Before I get back to that, let's talk a little something about stainless steel razors. I just dropped this thing, And honestly, like if and when I drop any part of these above the tie razors, since they are stainless steel, I never concern myself with breaking the razor. I always end up worrying about damage to the sink itself, which is, it's a pretty nice thing, I suppose. That just, you know, speaks volumes about the quality of stainless steel razors versus pot metal. Anyway, so yeah, I spoke with the VPO on Thursday of last week. Super cool dude. His name is Rick. You know, he's always kept it real with me. He's always kept it real with me. You know, in the entire time that I was at the previous company. So I talked to him and I was like, listen, dude, you know, I'm thinking about sending my resume to this other company who, you know, they used to be, or they were, I should say, they still are, a competitor to the, you know, the company that I was at before. They were actually our #1 competition on one of our contracts, if not both of them. Excuse me, I gotta see who that is. Yeah, so, you know, so I figured, you know, it wouldn't be cool, but, you know, again, I don't want to burn any bridges because that's just not how I do it. I'm not a cunt. As much as I will tell you in a second that I'm a cunt, and as many cunty things as I may do, at the end of the day, quite frankly, I'm not a cunt. For better and for worse. So, you know, I was talking to him and I was telling him, like, listen, dude, hey, you know, I've got to get back in, you know, the field that I was in before because I'm very good at it. You know, and he pretty much was like, I don't know what the fuck took you so long. You know, I can call these people right now. I can call these executives on their personal phones and put in a hell of a word for you. And, you know, whatever. But I just don't know. I don't know that that's going to be the best way for me to let them know, you know, that I want to work there, or I guess that I am seeking employment there. Hold on a second. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know if that's how I want to, you know, make it known that I want to work for them. So, I'm going to meet with him on Tuesday. I'm going to meet with him on Tuesday for a couple of drinks. Rick, I hope you're ready for some scotch, dude. Going to meet him for a couple of drinks, you know, to go over, I guess, a game plan or whatever, which is going to be really cool. I think that may be the break that I need, that I haven't gotten in I don't know how long, and I cannot wait for it because I fully intend on making the fucking most of it. So yeah, that's gonna be, I think that's gonna be a good thing. Now, here's the thing. Here's the ill thing. You know, you guys, I always, you know, brag about Nashville, Tennessee, about how mega it is here and stuff. They don't have operations here. They have operations in Knoxville and Atlanta. So, you know, if I get a job there, which honestly I don't think that getting a job there is going to be an issue. Getting a job there is going to be an issue. But getting the job, like the one that I want, the one that I should get, you know, in order to make the move worthwhile, that's going to be, you know, the issue, I suppose. So yeah, you know, it's nice to know that I've got his backing, you know, his good word, and he said he'll write me a letter of recommendation, and, you know, like, this dude's always done me, he's done me well. He's a good dude, man. Hold on a second. Fuck was that? Yeah, you know, he's gonna like help me out and be in my corner. I'm gonna put a little bit more water in this soap. It doesn't really need it, but I like, you know, I mean, you guys know me. I like fucking with soaps. I like fucking with lather, seeing how far I can push it, and seeing where the perfect water point is. But honestly, like, it didn't need it, because like I said, this look at that, man. This brush is like 25mm knot. I don't remember what the loft is. It's probably somewhere right around like low 50s, probably like 51 or 52mm loft. Man, this thing, it smells like spice and beer. It really does. It's an extremely autumnal scent. Very well done, John. I mean, shit. You know I love your soaps, and this one, like, this scent of this thing it's definitely unique. It's certainly a niche product, you know, for like, I guess people that care too much about, or I shouldn't say care too much, they care about making shaving as pleasant an experience as possible. So yeah, very nice soap. Big up yourself, man. This shit is really good, as per usual. So yeah, Rick and the new prospective new employment. And as you can see, I'm doing a little bit different here. Something a little bit different to get this lather on my head, and I'll explain why in a bit. So when I was talking to him on Thursday, he was telling me that, you know, the president of the company would also put in a good word for me, which I was not expecting that whatsoever. You know, the guy's a legend in the industry, and you know, his name carries a lot of weight. The guy has cachet for days, for years actually. He's been in the industry for like 25 years. I think I should say he's been like a major player for 25 years in the industry. So having his blessing of sorts is a good thing, but you know, I need to contact him directly, you know, if he will consent to being a reference for me, which, you know, I guess it's not going to be a problem, but, you know, again, I need to, professional courtesy mandates that I get in touch with him myself, and I know he's out of the country right now on vacation. Must be nice. Yeah, as soon as he gets back, I'm hitting him ASAP. So yeah. And I know that, like a lot of you that are watching this video, if anybody in Nashville is watching this video, this comes as a surprise to you, but I mean, it is what it is, to quote the great Derek May. And then there's also a woman in the area that runs a consultant group, which, you know, she specializes in helping agencies get... Okay, sorry, ran out of space on the card there. So yeah, what the woman does, she's got a consulting agency up here, and I don't know how much of this is going to be repeated, but you'll be alright. She has a company, it's a consulting firm that helps agencies get federal contracts, which is, you know, going to be the future of my industry. So, yeah. So she also is a bit of a legend as well in her own right, and she is going to go to bat for me as well. So I'm going to be very honest with you, that is like shocking. Well, it's not shocking because, you know, I believe in my skill set and what I can do and all that stuff, but, you know, I guess it's just always nice to know that there's people that are willing to go to bat for you, particularly, you know, when they have the sort of recognition in the industry that they do. So I think this is going to be what I need. You know, honestly, I don't know that there's really much left for me in Nashville, unfortunately, and I hate to say that, but, you know, just, I guess what I've seen and what I've been shown this year just kind of it kind of lets me know that I think it's time. So yeah, soliciting good vibes from you guys, from everybody watching. Prayers, good vibes, you know, whatever, however it is that you, you know, bestow well wishes upon somebody. I'm requesting it. So thanks in advance. It's scary, you know, I'm 37 years old, having to restart. But honestly, I think it would be better for me to restart there than restart here, given, you know, my options are limited in the area. And, you know, like the only other place that I could go to stay in this field, I just, you know, even though, you know, what happened with my previous company was kind of tragic, you know, I can't bring myself to work for them. I just can't do it, and I won't do it. So, yeah. So Atlanta, Georgia. Got some friends down there, many of which have wanted me to move down there for, some of them for like over 10 years now. So it looks like it may happen. You know, thankfully the housing market in Nashville. The housing market in Nashville is tight. It's a seller's market, to say the least. So it won't be hard for me to get rid of my place, particularly seeing as how there just aren't very many condominiums for sale in downtown Nashville. And actually, let's talk about that for a second. Another thing you guys may not know about me is that I follow commercial development and commercial real estate as though I'm some sort of like commercial real estate person, but I mean, honestly, I'm an urbanist, you know? I love cities and everything about them. You know, how they grow, how they developed, how they went wrong, all that good stuff. And, you know, in Nashville, until I think about 2000, I think it was like 99 or 2000, you could not build residential in the core of downtown Nashville, which is just ridiculous for me to think about. Yeah, so now, you know, people are building residential all over the city, like the city proper, not the burbs. I don't know what the hell they're doing in the burbs. They don't count because that's not the city. But there's a lot of residential going up in downtown, or in Nashville, in the city of Nashville. Nashville is smoking red hot right now, and it has been for the past few years. But, you know, again, like I mentioned, they're not building everything that's being built right now in the city, pretty much. Nearly everything in the multi-unit configuration, which means like a condo or any sort of like, you know, multi-level building with units, distinct units on each floor, they're all apartments. They're all apartments and they're all high-end. My building, it's called the Benny Dillon, BENNIEDILLON, 700 Church Street in Nashville. Yeah, that's my address, but you ain't getting in the building. Yeah, it's actually somewhat unique in downtown because it's not new construction. It's not new construction, and it's not like aimed at super high end. It's actually, this is people's first building, so to speak, in Nashville. It's mine, in downtown, I should say. So yeah, you know, given that there's not much for sale in downtown, it's going to be really easy for me to sell my place. Quite frankly, I don't think this place will be on the market for more than 2 weeks. I'm not paying anybody's closing costs. I'm not paying shit. I'm trying to get as much money as I can out of this place because I was smart enough to buy it when it was cheap. So yeah, it wouldn't be too hard to get rid of it. And then, you know, there's the problem, or I shouldn't even say the problem, the issue of finding somewhere in the city, in Atlanta, because I refuse to live not in the city. I'm not living in the burbs. I'm not living anywhere that's not urban. I need to be able to walk to things. I just want to be surrounded with people. I want to be surrounded with hustle, and I want to be surrounded with bustle. I like being a part of that shit. You know, I'm by myself most of the time. So I guess I just like having all those other lives and souls around me. So I've got to find a place in the city, but Atlanta overbuilt. Atlanta overbuilt big time. You know, of course, Atlanta's a larger market than Nashville. The Nashville metropolitan area is closing in on 2 million citizens, whereas Atlanta is over 6. So, you know, it's about 3 times the size. There's a lot more money in Atlanta than there is in Nashville as well. Although I will say, you know, since Nashville is booming right now, there's a lot of outside money coming in, lots of outside capital coming in. We're getting a Virgin hotel here. There are not very many Virgin hotels in the United States, and Nashville is going to be by far their smallest market. I don't know. This place is dope, man. Like, I really have fallen for Nashville. This place punches far above its weight as far as, like, I'm gonna, like, load a bit more soap. This city punches far above its weight, IMO, in terms of, like, you know, amenities and I guess just standing, as far as, you know, all the metrics that make a city a dope city, quote unquote. You know, I think it's the 25th largest city by population, but this place is just, it's its own thing. It has its own genuine, like, personality. This place is real. It's got its own character and soul and flavor and all that, and it's authentic. It wasn't manufactured. This place, it's always been Music City. There's always been a lot of music here. In addition to that, I guess people, I don't know, I guess this is like, you know, and I hate to make this comparison because I've never been to the city and, you know, I've never really much cared to, but, you know, this place is very comparable to Austin. The big difference, from what I know, I should say, of Austin, this place is comparable. But the major thing is, that Austin is the capital of Texas, whereas Nashville is the capital of Tennessee. And those two states kind of play on different fields, different level of everything, pretty much. Size, capital, population, you name it, Texas ranks higher. So, you know, that, I guess that really is what has Austin, you know, just doing its thing. Anyway, so, yeah, I was talking about Atlanta and the fact that they overbuilt, you know, prior to the real estate bubble that exploded and exploded loudly. Yeah, so Atlanta overbuilt, so there's a lot of inventory in Atlanta, and there also are a lot of new things going up, and a lot of new condominiums, from what I understand, in downtown and Midtown. I don't know what the fuck that was so hard for me to say. So, you know, I've got some people in Atlanta. I got some boots on the street, so to speak, that are helping me out there. Thanks, you guys. You know, you are. So, you know, that may I got be a little bit easier for me to that may make it a little bit easier, I should say. You know, and with regard to my place here, it's a seller's market. I bought this place for 130,000 bucks. I don't see how I couldn't sell this place for like at least 150, 155, make a couple bucks on it. Not like, you know, it's not the world's biggest investment, but it's good. It's a nice down payment on our new place. So, yeah. And maybe I could even pay off my car. Well, I don't know. There's still a... I'm probably going to refinance that thing. I don't want to get rid of that car. But at the same time, I can't let that car fuck me. Not to mention, you know what they say. You got to drive the car for the job you want, not the job that you have. I've heard that numerous times. So I want to let these people know precisely who it is that they've got on their hands when I park when I park my car in the morning. So yeah. I don't know why this mustache always gives me all the problems in the world. Stupid mustache. So yeah, kind of, I got some heavy shit to drop. Feather face knife. Man, this soap is so good. It's just as slick as the previous formulation. I don't think it like lumps together like it used to. And that may sound a little bad, but it really isn't. The lumping together, that is. I think this is, I think I'll go one more on the neck. This brush is good. I don't use it nearly enough. Perfect amount of backbone. This is by far the best two-band hair of any brush that I have. Fucking Rooney, man. Shit's good. Makes me wonder how scary could a Plisson brush be, because they're supposed to be like the top notch. This mustache weeper will not shut up. Stop staring at it. Oh man, so how's about the weather this weekend, huh? I've actually gotten to wear a hoodie out in public for the first time already. And I'm really happy about that. I was able to go to Crema today, my coffee shop. And of course, people commented on the hoodie. It's a Detroit Techno Militia hoodie. Some guys out of Detroit, Michigan, of course, that play Detroit Techno and techno of all strains, really. Good dudes, all of them, and incredible DJs, all of them. And that shirt is, or excuse me, that hoodie is like the ultimate icebreaker. People always like ask me about it. What's that about? What's that? Who's that? What are you? What's the deal? So, yeah. Anyways, it appears that that's it. Let me do the rinse thing here. I need to dial in that soap a little bit more. I think I needed to add the water a little bit more slowly. Add the water a little bit more slowly so I can get what I needed to out of the brush. But that's what I got out of it. And this is some hood ass lather. Check that shit out. So yeah, the next time I'll add water a little bit more slowly. But man, John, you got another winner on your hands, dude. This shit is good. This shit is real good. And to everybody who's just now getting a LA Shaving Soap Company product for the first time, I'm glad you guys are finally glad you guys finally realize what's up. This shit is really good. This is actually, it was the first vegan soap that I ever got. You know, back when I used to think that if it wasn't tallow, it wasn't shit. First vegan soaps that I got, and man, it was a doozy. Second fougere that I got after the Martin DeCandre joint, and I actually prefer the scent. I prefer the scent of Topanga fougere to the Martin DeCandre fougere. Excuse me. It's a completely different animal. It's far more powdery. I actually, like I said, I prefer the scent myself. Aftershave. As you can see, it's one of the old school fine joints. Also, as you can see, I haven't used it hardly at all. That's because American Blend gets far too much of my time and face and head and neck. But this is actually a really nice one. This is one of the better reproductions, I think. Although I will say the L'Orange Noir, which is an ape of Terre d'Hermès, is the best reproduction, I think, which is kind of crazy. Because Jean-Claude Ellena, the nose behind Terre d'Hermès, is, I understand he's notoriously difficult to copy. Anyway, so yes, fine, aftershave, old school, original formula, aftershave, mystery revealed, gray or fresh vetiver, excuse me. It's actually it's a reproduction of gray vetiver by Tom Ford, which is not one of the private selection joints. And the private selection joints, they're pricey, but they're really, really good. This stuff smells so nice. So yeah, that's it. That's what I've got to say for this week. To all of you guys that are disappointed that I didn't get to talk about music, that's okay, because I'll leave you with this little number. I recorded a mix yesterday, and a lot of times when I'm mixing, you know, I really get into it. I work hard, you know. I got to give you your money's worth with just me. my performance, whether, you know, you're seeing me at a club and you're paying money to get in, or you're just downloading my mix online. So I get really into it, and I will fan my face a lot of times with a record after I get out of it, after, you know, I mix from record to record to record. And once I get out of the record, a lot of times I'll just fan my face a couple times as it's warm. And yesterday, the second record in the mix, the Ed Russian Optical remix of Mind Scan by the Ram Trilogy, which I don't really like a lot of Ram tunes, but I mean, it's an Ed Russian Optical remix of a shit's good. I fanned my face with it a couple times and that motherfucker snapped right at the edge. Intro is done. I cannot play it. I can't mix it. So yeah, I no longer have a copy of that record, and I've had it since it came out. You know, it's been a good 15-year run with that record, me and her. So I gotta find another copy of it. Hopefully it won't be too expensive. I don't think it will be. I know it's been repressed. Anyway, that's it. I hope you guys have a good week. Hope you guys had a good week. Keep me in your thoughts. Keep me in your prayers. This is me officially soliciting good vibes and prayers from everyone watching. You know, that this whole thing works out. Anyway, next week. Peace.